Salams and welcome. We're just coming through our Eid and Hajj. Many people have just returned from Hajj, and Hajj Mabrur to everyone who's gone from Hajj. Alhamdulillah, journey of a lifetime. But there's also some concerning news that more than 1,000 pilgrims have passed away in the Hajj season. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them all Jannah-al-Firdous, highest stages of Jannah-al-Firdous. Ameen. But some of the concerning things that have arisen is that there could have been some problems with some of the protocols on the Hajj. But let's look at it just very briefly what has happened. Mainly it's due to heat stroke, but could some of these have been prevented? Most of the people who passed away was because of the extreme heat stroke, and this is climate change and global warming. The temperatures in Hajj was more than 51 degrees. Now, human being, your body temperature is 37 degrees. Okay, your body temperature is 37 degrees. Your body temperature is 37 degrees. Now, if you have 51 degrees, your body can only take 37. You have 51 degrees, you're actually cooking inside. You got like a microwave inside your body. You're getting organ damage, kidneys are getting damaged, liver is getting damaged, your brain is getting damaged, you're getting dehydrated inside. At this temperature, you're actually cooking inside. It's like you got a microwave in your body. So heat stroke can be very, very serious. So please, whether you're playing golf a whole day or if you're out in the sun a whole day, please try and avoid the hours between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 10 to 2, avoid those hours, the extreme heat. But in this case of Hajj, you're out in the desert, the heat is intense. And more than estimated about 650 people from Egypt. Most of the people who passed away are from Egypt. And one of the main reasons is that Egypt reminds me of Cape Town. In Egypt, because of the poor economy, many people have saved their whole lifetime, like in Cape Town. The mothers they prepare these cook sisters for years and years until eventually get the money. In Egypt also, people can only go for Hajj in the 60s, 70s or 80s because they're using their whole life savings to accumulate that amount of money. And in Egypt, what had happened, there were many brokers, unregistered brokers, who promised the pilgrims that they'll charge them half the rate what the official travel agents will charge and give them a 5-star Hajj. And then for these unregistered ones, things did not go out as what was promised. There were many shortcuts that the travel agents did. So please always go through reliable, accredited travel agents. So 650 Egyptians had passed away. Indonesia, 200 Indonesians. India, more than 100 people. People also passed away from Pakistan, Malaysia, Jordan, Iran, Senegal, Tunisia, Sudan, Iraq, and even America. More than half of those who died or passed away were unregistered pilgrims and joined the Hajj through irregular channels, leaving them unable to access even like cooling facilities. Some of these unregistered travel agents will drop them off very far away from the tents, and these will then have to walk in the intense heat to try and get to the tents, the shelter in the tents. And unfortunately, within some of the tents also, some of the cooling facilities weren't working. The aircons weren't working. There was intense overcrowding. People were just sweating. There was so much heat in there. It was as if you were sitting in a baking oven. So within the tents, the heat was intense. And many people collapsed because of that as well. So the unprecedented heat waves in Saudi Arabia. Scientists warn that global warming is due to make the conditions worse. Carl Friedrich Scheinsow of Climate Analytics, his research suggests that a 1.5 degree rise in global temperature above pre-industrial levels, the risk of heat stroke for the time of Hajj will be increased by 5 times. So please, while you're young, if you got the money, please go for Hajj, take your family for Hajj. Don't delay, don't say one day I'll see what I'll do. No, if you got the money, Hajj is like a conditional thing. As long as you got the health and you got the wealth, only then is it applicable. If you don't have the money, you don't have the health, then it's like a conditional. It's not an absolute fard. It's a conditional fard provided you meet certain conditions. But try and do it when you're young, please. There was overcrowding. Several travel agents report there was severe overcrowding. Accommodation facilities were poorly managed. Overcrowded tents, lack of adequate cooling and sanitation facilities. The Saudi health minister has highlighted the resources allocated to ensure pilgrim well-being. Government statement said the Saudi authority have provided 189 hospitals, health centers, and mobile clinics with a combined capacity of 6,500 beds and over 40,000 medical, technical, admin staff and volunteers. 40,000. Pilgrims were often made to walk long distances in the intense heat, with some blaming roadblocks and poor management. There were just some strange roadblocks just occurring anywhere, and there was poor management along the way. Now, during the summer, a typical pilgrim may have to walk at least 15 kilometers. 15 kilometers. Now, that can be tiring. You don't even walk 15 kilometers at home. I mean, people walk from the lounge to the bedroom, bedroom to the lounge. I mean, 15 kilometers, This exposes them to heat stroke, fatigue, and a lack of available water. Some of the Hajj operators, this is what one Hajj operator had to say. He's been going there for the past 18 years. And he said, in my experience, the Saudi controllers are not facilitators. They control, but they don't facilitate. They don't manage the issue. They just watch what is happening. For example, he gives the example, in earlier years, the U-turns to access tents were open. But now all these routes have been closed. As a result, an ordinary pilgrim, even if staying in a Category A tent in Zone 1, has to walk 2.5 kilometers in the summer heat just to reach the tent. So it's this unusual roadblocks that were just set up for whatever reason. So if there's an emergency on this route, no one will reach you for at least 30 to 40 minutes, and there's no water points on this route. So I think the authorities have to see what was the problem with those type of facilities. There's a lot of unofficial, unregistered Hajj pilgrims, and please go through accredited agencies. And there's a problem with elderly, infirm, or sick pilgrims. One reason there may be many deaths every year at Hajj is that many pilgrims go towards the end of their life after having saved for their whole life. Many Muslims also go in the hopes that if they die, it is during the Hajj season. You're dying in Arafat or in Makkah or in Medina, alhamdulillah, But wherever you can avoid, don't just unnecessarily go there to say, I'm going to go there to die. If you can avoid certain things, then the protocols, the systems, the admins must all be properly done. Then Allahu Alam. Funeral prayers, if someone passes, the funeral prayers happen at Masjid al-Haram in Makkah or Masjid al-Nabawi in Medina. Fabulous. The body is washed, wrapped, and moved to freezers by the Saudi government who cover all costs. The Saudi government, with help from different groups like the Red Crescent, ensures dignified and respectful burial process. So the lesson to learn from this is, whether it's in Saudi Arabia or whether in your country, please remember heat stroke, the global warming is affecting everyone. CO2 buildup, our ozone layer is being affected. Climate change is affecting everyone, and even a 1.5 degree rise in temperature is affecting our global heat. Recently, we had Singapore Airlines. That thing just dropped like this because of turbulence. There was turbulence in the air because of a pocket of air. That is because of climate change. In our oceans, the 1 degree increase in our temperature has affected thousands and thousands of marine life. Our fish are dying. Our marine ecosystems are dying. Our coral reefs are dying. So in the ocean, we are having, instead of beautiful coral reef, technicolor coral reefs, we're having deserts in the ocean because of climate change. So please, the lesson is, if you're going out for golf or any other sports facility out during the day, avoid extreme heat. Tell your children, grandchildren, the school kids, don't go out during the day between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Those are in fact, maybe 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. 10 a.m. still a bit cool. So from 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So for about 4 hours, from 11 o'clock to about 3 o'clock, avoid those 4 hours. So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock, try and avoid that. Even if you're sitting in the car, your arm can get burnt. So try and keep something over your arm, and always have a lot of liquid. Hydrate yourself. And those who got kidney stones, please be very careful. Your body gets dry, the kidneys dry up like a sponge, and you start forming crystals in your body with kidney stones. If you've got diabetes, please make sure you're well hydrated. Tell your children, grandchildren to be well hydrated. Tell the school kids to be well hydrated. You must drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. 6 to 8. Don't take the small glass. Take a nice sized, generous glass, and try and have as much liquid as you can throughout the body. In winter, we tend to urinate more because our body keeps the sweat in. But in summer, you're sweating all the time. You don't realize you're losing so much water from your body just because of the sweating. So please remember, in summer, please drink a lot of water. And the final message is, if you are young, you got the money, you got the health, you got the wealth, you got the ability, please go for Hajj. And then instead of going for Hajj every year again and again, try and do what many people are doing, is that they sponsor someone else to go for Hajj or Umrah. And that's a fabulous idea. Go to Hajj Badal, or you give at least another human being the opportunity to go for Hajj Umrah. Okay, stay well salam, stay well salam. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hajj Mabrur, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of them Jannah-al-Firdous. Ameen Rabbil Alameen.